Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is some audio for testing purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How's that, Philly? Where'd it go, Philly?
think he's good now. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Okay, got it. Right.
Will they be in the corner with the other? I'll go in the same room.
Are you serious?
So there's no one calling it down, you're just recording it?
No.
Awesome, thank you.
Water first.
Alright, get them up, buddy. We'll catch them up, Charlie.
Charlie, you on your clothes?
But now I can see him up. Just right there for 5 minutes. I will not have to say it because I'm just getting super hot. You should have to just call me the right first one to get on board. Keep on.
Get changed.
I'm going to relax. We're going to ride. I'm with James and blue chair. One here. Right.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season. Broadcasting live here from Wanderers home ground here, Tracy Village Oval. It should be a cracking game here between two sides. Round 18. It's a pleasure to host you this afternoon. My name's Tara Harrison. Joining me in the commentary box this afternoon, Chris Bucks. Bucksy, how you going?
Good. Looking forward to the game. I think it'll be fast-flowing footy. Both sides play that brand.
Yeah, definitely. I think interesting. Obviously, it's a last game of the season for both sides as well. As I said, we are in round 18, and we're off and running here. You can see just straight over the top Wanderers with the command early. Looks like Braden McLean with a boot pushing that one into the forward line. Hands go up, no clear possession straight off the bat. Tiwi defence working overtime, but it's Wanderers with the kick early through the boot of Arbin. Arbin kicks it into some space. It might find the boundary line. And it has, so we'll have a ball up. So only a few seconds on the clock there early, and Wanderers working overtime to get that one into some space and hopefully get some on the board early. So you can see there, Ed Simpson in the side for Wanderers doing the ruck work against Carlson Cantilla there. It's a kind of even contest, but beautifully picked out of the air and a soccer towards the goals. Will it make it the whole way through? And yes, it has, beautifully done out of the ruck contest.
There, I think, coming from the contest, just numbers behind the balls, Wanderers to push it forward, to kick a goal, which is a good start for Wanderers.
So we're just working through here. I think we might just have a little issue with our cable. Sorry if we are cutting in and out at home, but we should be fine. So no, good to see Wanderers on the board early. They just use that ruck contest to their advantage. And as I said, big Ed Simpson in the side for Wanderers for this match.
Big end can play forward or in the ruck, and very classy player.
No, he's a good multi-use player there. Haven't seen him in the Wanderers side maybe at all this year. Might be his first inclusion. Apologies if I'm incorrect on that.
And Jabaston Priest is also playing this week. I think he's missed a few weeks either.
Yeah. No, it's good, and we've seen Jabastion's work as well in the ruck here against Carlson Cantilla. Great tap forward, and he puts it into some space there for Wanderers. He managed to get the boot to it. Picked up nicely there by Thompson. Thompson getting that one into space and into the hands of Murray. Murray just with a rushed hand pass under pressure, but it's picked up and scooped nicely by Jackson East, but turned over just like that by Tiwi in their defensive zone. Tiwi with a switch, bounces into some space there. Just not as favourably as it would have been for Jacob Brown, but he does well to get that one into some space for his player, pushing that one into the forward zone. Through the centre there, cleaned up beautifully by McLean for the Wanderers. Hand passes over to Motlop, back to McLean, opposite the switch back into the centre. Beautiful mark. This is a beautiful play from Wanderers here to try and get some distance and coverage. Nice kick across the bridge from Pethbridge there. Just a bit of a fumbled mark from Sebastian Priest. Sebastian Priest under pressure, pushes that one forward into some space. There'll be a fly to get there, but just pushed over the boundary line.
Just really good. Tiwi's trying to defend Wanderers, switching the ball and controlling the play on the other side of the ground, but great to get a 50-50 on that boundary side there.
Yeah, no, 100%. You can see that Wanderers using the ball quite well in the first couple of minutes of this game, but you can see Tiwi kind of limiting their options there down the centre. Ball goes up again. Priest on Cantilla. Cantilla does get the hand to it, but it favours Wanderers. There's a bit of a fumble there, but it's picked up beautifully in a hand pass over the top by Orville. You can see it looks like Darley under pressure and wasn't able to get that one into space, so we'll have another ball up.
Be interesting whether Aaron will go and tag Darling. Obviously, Darling's a very good player for Tiwi. I think Clee's on tagging him.
Yeah, we'll see what they kind of muster up as we watch a bit more of this game there. Beautiful bounce. No ruck there to get possession early, but it's Tiwi who take control of that footy and boost that one into their forward zone. You can see some players in space here. It's a bit of a one-on-one. It'll be a foot race to see who can get there first. Just struggling to pick that ball up, but he's doing well to keep possession there. It ends up being Arvin with the clean-up work there. Under pressure, he still manages to get a boot to it. Percy Bridge. Under pressure, still managed to dispose of it. Beautiful kick there off the boot. Goes high. Oh, and a beautiful defensive mark there by Blackley Noda. Noda there with a hand pass over the back to Darley. Darley just with a chip kick in. Beautifully done there. Looks like he's found Stanley Tipalura. And we know Profound goal kicker as well. There's a great boot on him. As you can see, boot's huge. And he's up for the switch there. We'll put his player under pressure there to get there before the boundary line does. Beautiful bounces. Bounces very favourably. Takes one bounce. Beautiful left foot kick. Drops it high, but great defensive pressure there from Cox, and it'll go over the boundary line.
I see Shannon Rioli's playing for Tiwi this week. I think it's his 3rd game in a row, but just a few plays away there, 3 second, third efforts.
Yeah, no,
that class of a player.
He's a great inclusion for the Tiwi side. Tiwi's done a lot of work this season to bring in a lot of those dependent players and a lot of leadership to the side. So, and you can see the lift. We've even spoke about before coming on the call how they should walk away with the season quite happy in terms of their performance this year, and they've only got room to grow. So be interesting to see what happens next year for Tiwi and whether or not they can keep on with this momentum. So we'll have another ball up here. I feel like I carry on every stream that I call for Tiwi, but I've been very impressed by this young man, Carlson Cantilla, all year. Beautiful 65-metre bomb last week in his game as well. So you see the Tiwi working overtime here to get this ball into some space, and we might look at the first forward 50 entry here. Yes, it's bounced in. It'll be a foot race to see who can get there first. It's a 2-on-2 contest. Looks like Heenan trying to put some defence pressure there to keep it in his forward zone. Kick switch across the face works well for Wanderers. Just gone over the top of Arbin, but it'll be picked up there beautifully and has been by Hood. Hand pass over the top. Nice chip kick there from Lewis. Bit of pressure there. It might be called over the top. Yes, it has been, and it looks like big man Ed Simpson will get the free here, and we know he's got a good beat on him, Bucksy.
Yeah, he'd be hard to defend too. He's such an agile big man.
So he opts for the switch there over to Davidson. Davidson puts that one high. Just a spilt mark there. They might have time here to get this one into some space, and it's beautiful clean-up effort there from Jackson East, just with a sharp kick in. And unfortunately, Clee just couldn't get to it. So there'll be a reset here and another opportunity for Wanderers to hopefully muster something up here. Ruck contest again, a great ruck contest here between Cantilla and Simpson, who's made his way down into the forward 50 for Wanderers. Ball goes up. Ed Simpson just plucks that one out of the air, finds McLean. McLean hands that one over, looks good. He's found Hood. Hood, and a great defensive mark yet again from Blackley Noda. Noda there getting a few instructions from his teammate in Darley. Beautiful switch over the top, and he finds Murray. Murray with time and space here, a few candies, but he is under pressure there, and he has been tackled off the ball, but he's managed to get rid of it in time. Back to Darley. We'll go into some space here. These short chip kicks are dangerous in that defensive 50 zone, Bucksy.
Yeah, they're hitting them. They just got to control the ball through the middle of the ground, Tiwi.
So you can see,
for the switch.
Gone for the switch, and he's done well to find Tiwi player there. Beautiful chip kick again. A lot of these chip kicks coming through for them, but it's Potts who's put it into some space again. Another foot race. It was push, and it might be called push in the back. Yes, it has been. So it'll be a free to Wanderers, who play on quickly with that football. Beautiful mark there taken by Knight. Knight plays on quickly, looking for a teammate, which he's found. Just another short chip kick there, keeping control of the football. Good defensive pressure there from Blackley Noda, but it will be a free handed over to their vice-captain in Nathan Arbin. Arbin again, another chip kick in. It's dangerous, but they're just beating Tiwi to the football there. Beautiful dummy sold there. He's running onto the football, kicks it high and long. Does look good. Is it going to be rewarded? Yes, it will be. Another goal on the board for Wanderers early in the term, just about to enter the 8-minute mark.
Daniel Clee there, just smart awareness just to take the game on. Once he took that mark, settled and kicked the goal. I think both sides are playing the same sort of brand. It's who's going to defend first and tighten the rope on the opposition who's probably going to get the game, I feel.
No, I completely agree. So it'll be interesting Also, this style of footy is not one that teams can keep up for long, Bucksy. It's
No,
that kind of
fitness.
constant fitness. So it's about, who's going to get it over the line. So
Yeah.
they've got to play 4 quarters of this style of footy. I don't think in these conditions, I'm looking at the weather before, it was about 33 degrees there today. 2 p.m. game, they're in the sun. Feels like 39.
Yes, very warm.
So it'll be interesting about who can kind of keep the fatigue at bay and play all 4 quarters today. Ball goes up again, just a change in the ruck there for Wanderers, but it's Carlson Cantilla that hits over it. It's a beautiful kick forward, just a second forward entry. Bit of a fumbled mark there by Cantilla, but it's just been cleaned up beautifully there by Cox yet again. Looking for Arbin, but it's a good defensive mark there from Wanderers, trying to keep this ball at bay. It's a little bit of a scurry there to try and get it into some space, but it's turned over there quickly to Darley. Hand pass over the top, well done. Hand pass again over the top, looking to see who he can find. It's a chip kick. Will bounce into some space very favourably, but he's tackled early and play on's the call there. Wanderers using this to their advantage. It's a chip kick over the top. Beautifully marked there, and a good reset opportunity here through the boot of Davidson. Good defensive pressure there from Carlson Cantilla. Darley doing the clean-up work, trying to boost that one forward into some space, and he has. Beautiful mark taken there by Porter Mini. Just looking for a few options there as he hits that one high. It's a 2-on-1 contest. The ball's gone into some space. You can see Paddy Heenan lurking in there. Simpson working overtime to try and get that one into a major score. Cantilla, beautiful smother. How's that effort? Beautiful effort from Kane Cox under pressure.
Good defensive by Wanderers, just getting numbers around the contest, making it hard for Tiwi to get space. I think that's Tiwi's second forward entry, so they've really got to find a target and convert.
Yeah, definitely. And that even, 2 points in it, last game of the season, to be pulling defensive smothers out like that is fantastic, and it's a good energy from Wanderers in the opening term. Turned over quickly there after the play, but again, this defensive pressure from Wanderers, Tiwi finding it hard to get it into some space, but it's cleared through the boot of, I want to say, Kane Cox. It's spilt the mark, might be pulled back into the Tiwi forward 50 here. Not 100% sure what the call was, but we'll have a reset.
Sure.
And a free has been found here. Whether or not it might have been head over the footy or a tackle without the ball, I'm not 100% sure, but will be an opportunity to get on the scoreboard here for Tiwi. It's a good kick. It looks straight, but it's just gone over and drifted to the left. So it'll just be a minor for Tiwi.
Yeah, really got to kick them opportunities. Kicked into the forward pocket. Wanderers have it. Kicking down the line, looking for a tall. Edwards is there, but got pushed out. But not sure who Tiwi have it. Good mark across half centre line. Good strong mark across half forward. Be looking to get it in deep. Not sure whether they got a tall target down there, so he's just going to bomb it in to the goal square. Chaos ball and gone through from behind.
So yeah, it didn't result the way they probably would have liked there with that opportunity to get that one into their forward 50. You can see Braden Rioli playing that kind of forward as well. He's been traditionally playing in the back this season for Tiwi. Wanderers playing on quickly there, but maybe a little too quickly as they found the boundary line, so we'll have an umpire's ball in.
A good setup. Tiwi had control of the ball and had it inside their forward 50 for the last 2 to 3 minutes, which is positive, but they've just got to really find a goal or convert.
So just the 2 goals for the quarter Wanderers, 2 goals, 12 to just the 2 behinds for Tiwi so far. You can see just that change in the ruck contest for them. They've got a few tools this side, Wanderers, so it's a good opportunity for them to obviously get a bit of height back into the side as the ball goes up. Cantilla with a little tap over the side there to Darley. Darley with a booming kick there. It's following the boundary line. It'll be put under pressure to try and get it, but no, the boundaries beat them to it again.
Yeah, just a lot of boundary throw-ins here. I think the breeze is going towards that side of the oval at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to be catching that footy before the players can, that breeze. So we'll have another ball in here. It's
thrown in and 2 ruckman battle. contest along the ground. Wanderers win it, but I think it's a tackle. Will be another ball up, contested footy.
I think that water carrier could not be standing in a worse
spot.
position. He's just taken in all. He's got a front row seat to all the action. This water carrier.
Sebastian's come back into the ruck. Tiller fisted forward, but Tiwi loaded up behind the ball. Bombed it to the centre line. Competing the contest. Wanderers have won it. Oh, good tackle. Caught with the ball. Tiwi had to kick it. Short pass at centre forward. Drop short, hooks around. Go and bounce for another behind.
So another behind for Tiwi. They're getting the scoring shots. As of now, they've had more scoring opportunities than Wanderers have, but just not being able to convert them into any majors. So we'll see. Tiwi's doing well in the mid here to cut off any opportunity to get this one into their forward, Wanderers. So we'll see what they can muster up here. Ball goes high. Be a few tools to try and get under it, but they don't find one. Hand pass over the top there. Wanderers were doing what they can to try and get a hand to that football. Bounces into space. Soccer off the ground. It's picked up there nicely by Brown. Brown kicks that one into some space. It'll be a bit of a foot race to see who can get there, but it's picked up nicely by his co-part Tiwi player there. Again, just looking for options in the centre, Tiwi, but it'll be a high fly and a beautiful clean-up mark by Davidson. Davidson playing on quickly there. Finds McLean. McLean with the boot. Got beautiful player in space there. He's done well there to find Priest. Priest with a beautiful hand pass over the top there. Does a little switch. You can see there's a little bit of switch play here coming off the boot of Clee. Kicks again. And again, beautifully done there. Clee did well to find some space and get that ball moving forward. So good defensive pressure there from Tiwi, but strong overhead mark taken by Clee, and he'll get a shot on goal here for him. Second one for the quarter.
I feel Tiwi had tightened the rope and made it a bit harder for the last few minutes of that quarter to score. But Wanderers found some space then, and they're trying to make the ground bigger, obviously, and using the ground to hold possessions. Yeah,
it seems to be working for them. A lot of switch kicks, trying to find a different avenue to get it in the forward. So kick there from Daniel Clee, may have taken, looking like he was taking the set shot, but he's done well to find a player in Jackson East. So you can see the breeze behind him there, absolutely hurling in the direction he would not want at this stage. They'll be kicking against the breeze. It's a big kick. Is it going to go the whole way? Beautiful touch from Blackley Noda, and it'll just go through for a behind. Great save and great defensive pressure there from Blackley Noda.
Good Tiwi's got numbers on the goal square, which is always good as a coach to know your players will work that deep.
So we have the kick in there from Darley. You can see Darley coming behind Cantilla. Cantilla will go with the hand pass back, you'd assume, to Darley, which he does. Darley with the snap back into the centre. But it's turned over there beautifully by Jones Cabillo. Jones Cabillo again receiving that ball back. Kind of hand passes it under pressure and will make it hard for his teammates to get it into space, but it's picked up nicely there by Davidson. Beautiful kick, looking good. Will it go through for a goal? Yes, it will. Beautifully done there, and a great intercept kick there that was turned over. So gets another one, another major on the board for Wanderers.
Yeah, just really good then. They set up really well behind the ball, Wanderers. Tiwi just blazed away and kicked it and then used it. Obviously hurts Gold Crumb from a 50-50 like that, but obviously class to snap a goal from that angle in these conditions. Yeah,
definitely. I think that using the ball well, I think there's a few standout players that are helping with that kind of run and carry and that kind of decision making, trying to get it into their forward zone. But it's a massive team effort to try and get that ball forward. What are your kind of thoughts at this stage, Bucksy? What Tiwi?
Yeah, it's Paddy Bowden. I'll be just trying to get a bit more defence in my side until we win the ball and then start to control the ball a bit more. But credit to Wanderers, controlling the play, their pressure around the contest, just a bit better than Tiwi at this stage.
Yeah, no, completely agree. So ball goes up there, Priest on Cantilla. No clear winner from the contest, but it's picked up beautifully and bounces in the favour of Brock Orville. Just bounces into some space. It'll be a matter of who can pick it up. But again, looks like Davison's managed to pick that up and get a fist to it. Boost forward, but it's turned over there by Darley. Darley puts that one forward, trying to find a teammate in the forward, but just struggling at this stage with this defensive pressure from Wanderers. Beautiful, don't argue, but he's held on to him. Tackle might be paid. No play on is the call. And it will go over the boundary for a throw-in.
Just Darlington there, I've noticed not hitting his targets, like the forwards ain't leading or creating space. He's a very good user of the ball. He's getting plenty of it, but he just needs a few options up forward of him.
Yeah, I think there's that struggle to kind of get away from that Wanderers defence at this stage. It seems for every one Tiwi, there's about 3 Wanderers in that forward line for them at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do to get a switch happening there, Tiwi, in that zone. Ball goes up. Bit of a fly, no clear control out of the contest. You can see it looks like Thaddeus put a Jimmy working overtime to get that one off the deck. Just a bit of pressure there. Working under pressure was Kurt Dunn to try and get that ball into some space, but he looks like he was wrapped up and free, and yep, he'll be paid. So Wanderers with the opportunity. You can see those Wanderers players surging forward to create options. Ball bounces into some space. See how it can be picked up, and it is beautifully done and put into some space. It's a 2-on-1 contest. You think easy goal here. Snap off the boot. Looked good. And yes, it is. Another one on the board for Wanderers. This is beautiful for Wanderers.
Very good. Disappointing Tiwi then. The old rule, keep the ball in front of you, and he just lost his feet, went behind him, and always hard when players are surging forward to stop that.
It seemed that Wanderers worked well to create some bodies, but it was almost like Tiwi weren't ready for that reset, so they were still very much behind the play.
Yeah, transitioning to find their positions. But credit to Wanderers, they won the contest down at cross half back, and then moving it forward really well.
So it just extends that lead there. Wanderers with the 4 majors, 1 behind, 25-2. Wanderers just the 3 behinds as we're just about to enter the 20-minute mark and into extra time of this first quarter. So you can see ball will go up here again. Priest on beautifully done from Cantilla, putting that one into some space, and it'll be Cantilla there again trying to get it there, but again Wanderers with numbers around the footy and just control of that football, gets boosted into some space. Does it, some beautiful mark taken there by Jackson East. Beautiful hand pass over the top, looking to find his vice captain in Arbin. Nice defensive work there done by Darley, but it'll be touched. Beautiful pick up. Snap. Is it going to go for a snap? It does. Is it going to go through for a goal? No, just behind. Wow, that's very impressive there. We don't have a number 18 on the team sheet as of yet, so once we get the name of that young fella who's come in for the Wanderers side, we'll make sure you're across it. This is good from Tiwi here. Good, sharp, accurate kicking there. They've got to keep control of the footy, which they have done so far in this passage of play. So just looking for options again for this reset. Good booming kick, gets it into their forward 50. It'll be under pressure. Ball might soccer into some space. Again, it's just a matter of who can get that ball picked up. There's no clean footy, and it will go over the boundary yet again in that forward 50 zone for Tiwi.
No, a bit better start to that kick in. They held possession, and the forwards were working to find that space. So they just got to try and win this contested contest and keep the possession of the ball, Tiwi.
Yeah.
But credit to Wanderers. They're playing some good footy.
Great footy. So we'll see what they can kind of get working here. Big Stephen Power, Wanderers runner, centre of screen there, but it's Ed Simpson that gets hands to that footy there, and they'll play on quickly through the boot of Matthew Motlop. Just a little chip kick, trying to find a player in space, and it's beautifully read there by Tiwi and able to intercept it. It's just a matter if they can get this ball picked up and into some space. Carlson Cantilli can see on screen working overtime, but it's his cohort teammate there that manages to get it into some space. Oh, Braden Rioli opting to just try and get that one in before it reaches the boundary, but just slips through his hands.
Just had to take control then, but it was the hard one. It was in full flight, arms up, so it's higher than it looks on TV.
So we'll see another ball up in reasonably the same zone as it was before. So we'll see what maybe Tiwi or Wanderers might do differently in this situation. No clear control of the footy. It was interesting. It was Brendan Cantilla in the ruck contest, but it's Wanderers with the clear kick out there into some space. Sebastian Priest just beat to it by Blackley Noda. Opts for a centering kick through the hands of Dunn. Dunn again with this switch. It's looking good here. Darley has found an option he likes forward. Oh, bit of pressure on the mark, and it will be paid. So Roy Cantilla with a hand pass. Darley with a booming kick forward, trying to find a forward. Brayden Rioli trying to get that one off the deck. It's a 4-on-1 competition. He's doing well to keep that ball in front of him, though, and not giving that one easily to the Wanderers' side. Just squirts out the back there, and it's turned over by Wanderers again. Wanderers working overtime. Nice hand pass from what looked to be McLean to Arbin. Again, a beautiful switch there. And it looks like Davidson will take the opportunity to slow this ball down and give his team some time to get into some space here to create some options. Just a kick over the top, does well to find Clee. Again, just slowing this game down. 23.5-minute mark. 4 goals for the game. Kicks forward again, just hanging on to that wing, which means the boundary line might find it. Yes, it does.
Tiwi will be happy with that, making a contest and starting again at a 50-50 boundary throw-in. Just Paddy Bowden will be thinking how he can restructure the next quarter, try and defend Wanderers a bit more, shut them down, and try and get on top.
I've seen, I mentioned it earlier, but I've seen Brayden Rioli do some pretty impressive work defensively. Whether or not is it that fast kind of defensive that they need from Brayden Rioli, moving him into that kind of spot, maybe another tall up forward.
Yeah, they're just lacking across centre, half forward, a tall marking option. So you try and but Braden McLean's another one. Rioli, been playing across half back for Tiwi, and you're right, he breaks them lines with his pace. We
saw it just a few moments ago, but looks... Oh, that's the quarter, so too busy chatting about what we think they should do, Buxy. Ripper quarter there and a great breakout quarter from Wanderers there. You can't argue that with them. So Wanderers 4-2-26, Tiwi just the 3 behind. So we'll be back right after these quarter-time messages.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
All right, and we're back, and it's Cantilla that's won the hit out off the top there, but it's turned over beautifully there by Wanderers, and they'll surge this one. Hasn't come off the boot the way you would have expected, but it's picked up there nicely by Wanderers, just with a kick over the top. He will have a bit of space here, Clee, but good defensive pressure there from Tiwi. Again, Arbin working overtime to get that one into some space and pluck it out of the air, but he's wrapped up very quickly, and we'll have a umpire's ball up. So on and raging just into the first 15 seconds of this game here. Wanderers working overtime, continuing that momentum they had in the first quarter. Clee with the hand pass over the top. It'll be a snap boot in, looking for an option. Good defensive pressure there again from Tiwi, doing what they can. Beautiful pick up there from Dunn. Looks to find Darley, which he does. Darley with a high floating kick and a beautiful overhead mark. You can see he's got an option here on the wing through Orville. Orville there bounces favourably, very favourably. Takes a bounce, takes another bounce, chucks that one on the left. It'll go high. It's just who can get under it, but it's beautifully taken in defence there by Pethy Bridge. So just a little bit over the top there for his teammate there to take control of the footy. He did tug at the Guernsey there, and a free will be played. Advantage play on was the call. Left boot snap, pushing that one into the forward. It's about who's available there and who can pick that one up. It's Rioli there, left boot. Yes, on the board, just like that for Tiwi there. Has it come through for a goal? Yes, it has. No?
No.
Oh, no, she's got the two. She's got two flags there, Buxy. I thought she got one or two sticks. Yeah. But no, so Tiwi Bombers just surge and do that really well. The option there that I think was important for them was the play on advantage.
Yeah, play on advantage, but taking 2 marks across the centre of the ground, which really created that, I think. And getting it forward one-on-one, not getting Wanderers time to get back.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Good start, whatever Paddy's Bowden said to them, all set up. Let's have a look and see how they go from here.
So we'll see what they can muster up. Sebastian Priest in the ruck there for Wanderers yet again. Ball goes up. Pretty even contest there in the ruck, but it'll be Darley who's just been moved up to the centre there, trying to get that one into some space, but it's read like a book by Desmond Hood and just put back into the hands of Sebastian Priest, and he's been tackled, and it'll be Darley. So beautiful big tackle from Darley on big man Priest. So this is a good tactic there from Wanderers. Just let them get the ball so we can get some space. He kicks it for a switch. They're looking for Stanley Tipalura. It lands beautifully in his hands. He's got a few players flooding forward and options if they can get forward. Oh, it's just spilled his hands at the mark there. Wanderers need to work hard here. They've got Tiwi numbers around the ball, but they managed to clear it out and get it in some space. It's just going to bounce here. And ill favourably for Wanderers, but very nicely done from Cantilla. Cantilla to his cohort Cantilla. Whether or not he can get under it. Oh, it's a big hit, yes.
Coming both ways.
Big time hand pass over the top there. Just looking to get that ball picked up. He does well. Will it be a snap? Yes, it will be. And has it gone through? Umpire says yes. So in a matter of 3 minutes, Tiwi come out and with all guns a blazing.
Good start from Tiwi, and that's the sort of side, whether you're 5 or 6 or 4 goals ahead, they can always turn the game. Just their passage there, they're clean and using the ball very well. Numbers around the contest where Wanderers fumbled a bit through the corridor there, and they made them pay for it.
Yeah, so you can see, and Tiwi's one of those sides, I've caught a few of their games this year that nothing lifts that side like a goal or two. Like all of a sudden they have breakouts of the centre that they weren't having before, and their momentum kind of shifts. It happens for a lot of teams, but something a bit magic about the way Tiwi do it.
Yeah, very confident side.
Yeah.
Hard to stop too when they get up and about.
Yeah, big time. So there'll be a reset here. Umpire Joshua Cooper doing the job here of getting the ball up. So perhaps players not in position here. A warning's been given to perhaps Wanderers?
I'm not sure.
No, so just having a look, ball will go up. Great ruck contest there, and Cantilla's just beat him to the fist to get to that ball into some space. So good tackle there, tried to lay, but just shrugged off by Jones Cabillo as they push this ball forward here, Wanderers. Just so much grace there from Jackson East. He's a classy player, but just hasn't come off the boot he would have anticipated.
And out in the full, is it?
Yes.
Yep. There you go.
Trying to be polite about it, Buxy. So it just will be a reset and an opportunity here for Tiwi to hopefully build some momentum and get this one into their forward 50. Oh, it's going to make that one hard to pick up and put his player in Thaddeus Jimmy under pressure. Thaddeus, they're beautifully done, ducking and weaving. Little left kick there, and he looks like he's found his teammate there in Carlson Cantilla. Cantilla there with a nice polite kick into the forward 50. A big hit after the mark, but he should be paid the mark, you'd assume.
It's very good Tiwi then. They're actually taking control, taking marks and using the ball by their foot really well.
It's that slow down kind of footy that's not frantic off the boot that's kind of making it hard for their teammate to get under and take control of. So, no, you bang on there, Bucksy. So this will be Brendan Cantilla here. Will be kicking just from the paint of the 50. You can see the breeze perhaps might be working in his favour as it comes across the oval. It's a big kick. Is it going to make the distance? Yes, it will. Phenomenal from Cantilla. That was huge against conditions as well. So it gets him on the board, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point ball game.
Yeah, and 3 goals in 6 minutes or 5:50. That's the sort of team they are. They can just turn the game. But much better start to the quarter, and looking forward to the rest of the game now.
Yeah,
it's
big time.
Game.
So I'm hoping that this doesn't kind of get Wanderers into that kind of low slump position where they might not respond or they might get a bit negative and in their heads. So they need to really respond here and ensure that they keep that momentum they had driving them in that first quarter.
They just got to win this contest and control the ball again and slow it right up into their hands.
So we can see, I think it's a great matchup here between Sebastian Priest and Cantilla. And a great story about Carlson Cantilla too. First season in the NTFL, one rising star back in round 3 of the NTFL season. And only played TIFL football, so a great pick up there by the Tiwi Bombers to get this kid at Guernsey, and he's performed well all season. He has won the ruck hit out there, and you can see Cantilla just kicked a goal, hand passes that one into some space, but he puts his teammate in pressure, but he does well to find some space again. Beautiful kick, just Tiwi finding options here. You can see he's got Braden Rioli there on the wing, but he opts to go straight down the line. There'll be a few high flyers there, but it's cleaned up beautifully there by Wanderers, and they're looking to get that ball into some space. It'll be a foot race to see who can get there. Will it bounce favourably? Well read by Carlson Cantilla. Carlson Cantilla there. It's a 4-on-1, but he's managed to divert them all. Snap on the right boot. It's going to float, but great defensive mark. And it should be paid, you'd think, and play on advantage is the call. Oh no, it's been called back. So it'll be a reset there through the boot of Pethy Bridge. So you can look at the options. Yeah. So it has gone straight down the line there, and Carlson Cantilla read it well, but just spilt the mark. Darley there with the boot. He runs that one forward. Is it going to go through for a major? No. Pethy Bridge again, beautiful with the clean-up work. Takes a bounce, runs that one along the opposite wing. Beautifully done there, and a nice mark taken under pressure. Hand pass over the top. He finds Davidson. Had a lot of the footy today, Davidson. Pushes that one forward. Just spilt mark there from Sebastian Priest, but read well, and in defensive work was Wiley. Wiley kicks that one forward into some space, but it's read well. Oh, that's
a bit high.
It might be high, I think.
Yes.
You can see he's already very apologetic. So, just happens under contest sometimes, things
especially
like that.
In these conditions, it's pretty sweaty and hot. And,
So, no, it's good to see him check in on the player as well. So, Wanderers respond quickly there, and Sebastian Priest makes up for his spilt mark before with a beautiful overhead flyer. Ball goes in, or it hasn't come off the boot the way you'd think, and it will be a little bit of a hard one to mark, but Darley read it like a book. Moves forward. You can see it's beautifully done there through the hands of Brown. Just pushed in forward. It'll be a contest over the top, but great defensive overhead mark there by Wanderers to get that ball back into some space. Just goes over the boundary line, unfortunately, for Daniel Clee, and we'll have an umpire's throw in.
Just lacking that tool up forward. Shannon Rioli's playing that role full forward. They just need another tool to help him out so he can come at us.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of switch they can make. Ball goes up again. Cantilla does well just to kind of last-minute ruck contest there, swings at the hip, but it's Wanderers who've turned it over yet again. Just bounces into some space, doing what they can to pick it up. It's a tackle, but manages to get rid of it before it causes any issues there. But Darley with a beautiful intercept mark, just right time, right place, has done well there. Beautiful mark taken by Tipper Matamuri. Chip kick again, finds Darley high. Whether or not that'll be paid, no, just to play on's the call. Does well to find Brown. Brown passes through to Orville. Oh,
Good mark.
beautiful mark. He's been working overtime down there all day, Pethy Bridge, and he's had a great second quarter. So he's done well, and he's found Motlop in space. Motlop back to Clee. Clee, you can see he's got a player here in space in Lewis. You can see them slowing down here, Wanderers. Tiwi just limiting their options. They're just making inch by inch up to their forward zone. Another chip kick there. Does well to find McLean by the look.
Yep, clean. Clean's looking. Is it long inboard to the centre of the ground? Oh, finds an option.
Oh,
Play
Heenan working overtime.
Oh, scrappy man. Too high. The Wanderers free in the centre of the ground. Not sure what that is. Chips to McLean. Cross half back. Bombs it into centre half forward. And Tiwi sitting there. Push back off the mark, Ed Simpson. Out on the wing to Paddy Heenan. Got space and time. Takes control, composure. Hits inboard to Darlington. Darlington's going along. And I'm not sure who that is. Mark across centre half forward for Tiwi. Kicks it in. Play on. And it'll be... Oh, that play on still in.
Is that going to bounce? Is that going to bounce? Is that going to go?
Goal of the day from the boundary.
You're
I thought it was out of
joking.
bounds. He must have been close to the boundary.
Yeah.
Great goal.
I reckon that come off the boot of Cantilla. I cannot wait to watch the replay of that. The second goal of the quarter there for Cantilla, and just a snap that I think I've only ever seen at the Tiwi Grand Final.
Yeah, I agree.
For the TIFL Grand Final, sorry.
I actually thought it was out of bounds
Yeah.
that wide, but then he just slung it in and it just bounced through the centre of the goals.
Very well done. You can see the breeze wouldn't have been working in his favour here as well, so just blowing towards the right of screen. So he's done well to get that one through the big sticks, and the goal umpire was watching that with every centimetre to make sure it went over correctly. So
Tiwi kicked the first 4 goals of the quarter.
correct. So after a kind of quarter to answer for in the first, they came back and absolutely have rocked this first quarter. So a warning has been paid
Tiwi.
to Tiwi. So
he's
one.
talking to Wanderers.
I
Oh
can't-
no, Tiwi. I don't know who he's talking to.
So it might be a warning each as we get a reset here. Oh, reading it like a book was Cantilla. Cantilla, beautifully done. It's Brock Orville. May not have come off the boot the way he would have anticipated, and it's cleaned up there beautifully by Jones Cabillo. Jones Cabillo getting that one bounce into space, and it's read by Davidson. Davidson with a chip kick over the top. Has found Hood. Again, looking for options here to get this one forward. Just another short kick, but it works for them. As the ball goes forward. Nicely done. Finds McLean. He has got an option short in Knight, but wants to go long. You can see ball goes high. Ed Simpson there just bounced off his hands, and it's Heenan doing a bit of clean-up work alongside. Oh, hasn't come off the hands of the way they would have anticipated, and it's looks like they'll be wrapped up, and the mark, and it will be a
Free kick to Wanderers.
free kick to Wanderers.
Had
So
he just slipped, lost his feet. Unlucky.
yeah, very unlucky. So Wanderers will get a shot here to get on the board again for the first time in the second quarter. So just passing the 13.5-minute mark. Again, as you said, Tiwi with the last 4 goals here to even the score. So 25-27.
Crucial goal for Wanderers. And McLean might have been moved forward. I think last quarter he was playing across half back. Looks
Yeah.
like he's forward, changing through the midfield now.
So it'll be Brenton Motlop with the big kick. Is it going to go over? Yes, it has. Phenomenal. So that gets them back on the board there, Wanderers, and just edges out their lead and gets them back in front.
Be interesting what Aaron Motlop's thinking as a coach. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good one to get back. Now they just want to control the ball, try and stop Tiwi's run
Yeah.
as much as they can. So they've got to win possession and control the ball.
Yeah, you can see there's been a lot of chop-outs for them in terms of ruck contests and kind of moving their tools around a lot for Aaron Motlop, so it's interesting to see whether or not he's found the recipes after yet.
Yeah, that's right. You'd think having the tools down forward would be hard to stop, but they're not
Yeah.
getting the forward entries that I'm sure he'd like.
No, so just as I say, that looks like Big Ed Simpson's making his way to the ruck contest here. So Cantilla still unchanged for Tiwi. So just a few short adjustments here. You can see Jackson East in the centre here as well. Ball is bounced. Again, Cantilla, beautiful hand over the top. He's running after it there. It'll be a foot race to see who can get this one picked up and get into some opportunities, as it's beautifully read and picked up quickly off the boot and pushed forward. A little bit of a push. You can see Heenan working overtime to try and defend as best he can. But read well there by Clee to McLean. McLean shrugs off his fellow Tiwi opponent, and just a kick over the snap looks good. Umpire said yes, and they're on the board again in a matter of a minute. So fantastically done there. A few switches and a bit of a change up, but this is that momentum they might start getting back here.
Yeah, back into it. McLean up forward. He's a class player, obviously.
Yeah.
Knows where the goals is. But I see Braden Rioli's been moved back to half-back this quarter as well, whether that's had any help Tiwi kicking the first 4 goals.
Yeah, so just changing it up a little bit and see what they can kind of build. And it's good to see the coaches kind of ensuring that they're moving those magnets to,
rotation and
exactly. So it's a great game of footy here again, round 18. We head into week 1 of finals next week. Unfortunately, neither side will make it into finals, but a win for either side is a great way to top off the season. So we'll see what happens here. Big Ed Simpson on Cantilla. Ed Simpson does win that one there. Only just hand passes over the top there. Tiwi with control of the footy. It'll be takes a bounce under absolute pressure there, and he does well. Finds Henry Karanua. Karanua into some space there. Just dropped Shannon Rioli, unfortunately. So just picked up there, and it'll be a free. And it'll be Lewis with the opportunity to kick that one forward. Just bounces into some space, and it's a matter of see who can pick that one up, and he's picked it up well. Just booted that one forward, wastes no time whatsoever to try and get that ball. And it'll be Bates under pressure, wrapped up very quickly. Umpire says that's mine, it'll be a ball up.
Good tackle. It's very hard to tackle and not give a free away.
Yeah, over the top of the footy like that, yeah.
Cuddle it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cantilla just with a last-minute touchdown. About 3 rucks in a row. Beautifully done. Takes one bounce here. You can see he's got time and space. Just a sharp kick into the forward as well. Might not have come off the deck the way his forward cohorts would have liked. Just moves back for a bit of a switch. It's dangerous there. The boundary line's awful close. But Lewis does well there. Finds Cabillo. Just running this one straight down the line. Finds Big Ed Simpson. You can see here that perhaps Tiwi are limiting options for this one to go. So he's going to look for a tall. Ball goes high. And will just go over for the boundary. So we'll see if Tiwi might be paid this, or there might be a ball in.
Carl at Cantilla, it's just amazing seeing him ruck. They've changed 3 different ruckmen against him, but he just worries about his own jump, his own style.
Correct, and it's interesting, you don't actually see it a lot from ruckman either, the way that he continues his play. So if you watched even that run contest, mate would have great tap out, but I think it was followed by another 3 tap outs to get it into space.
Second,
so it's that follow.
Efforts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like an extra midfielder.
Yeah, big time. So it's a ruck contest again. It bounces unfavourably for Braden Rioli, but Sebastian Priest picks that one up. It's a boot. Great smother by Rioli. Just struggling to get that one picked up. You can see it's working hard to get off the deck, and it's just trickled over the boundary line. So we'll have another ball in. See Rioli just on screen there, keeled over a little bit. He may have just taken kind of a hit under contest, yep.
Hasn't had much impact, but he's the sort of player that can just start,
big time,
change a game.
So 19-minute mark, 6-1, 37 to the Tiwi Bombers, 4-3, 27, 10-point ball game. Ball's thrown in. Oh, uses Sebastian Priest like a step ladder, Cantilla. Sebastian Priest with the second effort there to try and get that ball into space, but it's Thaddeus Putter-Jimmy who gets that one picked up off the deck. He does put his fellow teammate under pressure, but Mr. Cool, Calm, Collected Darley manages to get that one picked up. It's a 2-on-1 contest. You can see that it was Cantilla working overtime to try and get that one into space, but it's a beautiful cut-off mark taken there by Thompson. Thompson gets that ball over to his teammate. Play on is the call, but it has gone over the boundary, so it'll be another ball in.
I'm just wondering whether Wanderers have changed their back line a bit. See, Tiwi ain't getting the space, and the forwards ain't getting the space that they have for the start of the quarter.
Yeah, and you can kind of... it was obviously working for them well the first quarter. They limited Tiwi to just the 3 behinds. So it's whether or not they're reverting back to that kind of structure again, that they kind of had a lot more control of the footy in that space. So see what happens here. So just a change. Getting ready for a ball up here.
The wind must be the breeze. Oh, it's play on.
It's play on is the call. Okay, the breeze has caught it, and it's very favourable to Wanderers as the ball's played on quickly, and they're moving fast and in a pack there. You can see a lot of players around the footy. It's a contest to try and get under it between Simpson and Simpson. Ball's kicked into some space here. Motlop does well to bounce it back into his favour, but it's just played on quickly. He's a snap boot. Does he get it through? Oh, he's up and about it, as he should be, because that's a second on the board for that player. So a fantastic kind of comeback from the Wanderers in the second quarter.
Yeah, really good from Wanderers. I think that's the leadership they got in their group to be able to halfway through the quarter, the leadership to change their mindset and work to the game to win control of the ball, which is really good by Aaron Motlop and his team. But credit to Tiwi to fight back. They just got to try and hold them out this quarter, and it'd be good if they could get a goal or win this centre clearance. Unlucky with the boundary throw in there then. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, just...
I think both teams were thinking it's going to be replayed.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually wasn't sure. It was a bit hard. I couldn't really kind of make out as the other side of the oval, but even who was up for ruck, to be honest. So whether or not it was just an error made or the breeze caught it, but it just worked out for Wanderers in that situation. So we'll have a reset of play here. It's a good bounce. Cantilla coming in and just goes bang. Ball bounces into space and it's picked up but chopped out of his hands. Move forward, but it's good turnover kick. Does well to get that one into some space. It's a high kick, but beautifully read by Brock Orville. Orville looks to play on quickly, and he does. Does well to find Kurt Dunn. It's a one-on-one contest there between Tipalura.
Interesting now they've put Clee into the ruck, but I caught up with Clee and he said he's been playing a tagging role, so I'm just wondering whether he's tagging the ruckman Cantilla or not.
Very interesting.
I reckon he might be.
It's probably a good move for them, to be honest.
Yeah.
So ball goes up again. So interesting because he held the ruck out of, and you can see Cantilla wasn't happy about it. He normally will get called on that, but it has been played on. No calls have been made.
I think it makes a difference. You're not humongous.
Yes, yes.
Clee's probably shorter. Yeah, Clee has gone into the ruck. Interesting move by Aaron. It's been a ruck contest. Tap down to Tiwi. They get it forward, across half forward. Contest there, Wanderers, Tiwi. Tiwi win it, quick hands out. And held on. Tiwi player will get it across half forward, 50 metres. Braden McLean just held on too long. Important goal for Tiwi. I'm not sure who's got it.
Is it Wiley? Might be Braden Wiley.
Braden Wiley.
The Feds footy. Plays Feds footy in the CAFL competition, so he'll get the opportunity to get one on the board here, and it's a must-needed one after, last 3 goals to Wanderers. So this will keep him very much a part of this. It's a sharp kick, looks good. Umpire says, yep, you can have that one. So gets him back on the board again and just reduces the margin in this game back to 20 points. 10 points.
10 points. So 2 goals, 10 points.
Doing very well.
Yeah. No, it makes a game, and it's probably easy to go in at half time. They've still got an opportunity to kick another goal.
Yeah.
They'll really want to win this contest. Centre clearance. I couldn't imagine being too much time left. Being pretty fast flowing footy.
Yeah. So we'll see what this kind of reason. You see a few of those Tiwi players. As I said in the first quarter, it's a hot afternoon out there. It's an early Premier League game, 2 p.m. for the two sides. Conditions are hot and windy down at Tracy Village Nightcliff Oval here. So interesting to see we spoke about it in the first quarter about what's going to win this game, and it's a matter to play whoever plays the most amount of footy over the 4 quarters, really. So ball goes up. Cantilla again reads it beautifully, plays on quickly, just scoops it, pushes it forward, but it's great defensive pressure there from Wanderers, but does well there. Karen Ewer with a chip over the top, found someone he likes in Thompson. Thompson just plucks it out of the air and says, yep, I'll have that, thank you.
Just selfless in Karen Ewer. He could have just bombed it forward, but he looked and found an option.
Yeah.
Chipped it across.
And that's
very good.
This is that Patrick Bowden impression on them as well, right? We've all seen TIFL football, Tiwi Island Football League, and the way they play. The snaps are phenomenal, and the fast way everything plays in that league is so interesting. And so this is that really composed football that's different, that structured football.
Yeah, and definitely Paddy Bowden, I feel, has brought his own connection that into it. Obviously, a class coach. He's coached Waffle and played at the highest level as well.
Oh, so it's just drifted through for a behind, so unfortunate for them, and it's just a minor on the board this time for them. So Wanderers with the opportunity here, and they play on reasonably quickly here, opt for the opposite grandstand wing down here at Tracy Village Oval. It looks like Nigel Simpson there picked that one up and tried to get it into some space, but just hasn't worked out how he would have intended. Ball bounces. You can see Jones Cabillo struggling to get that one, but he does. Ball's played on quickly. It's a high. Bates is trying to get under it. Does well to keep control of the footy there. He's moved it into some space. Sebastian Priest is available and might receive the hand pass, which he does. Priest runs forward, goes bang. Beautifully done, and gets him on the board yet again. Wanderers, how's the resurgence for the... It feels like I've watched the whole game of footy in this one quarter, Bucksy.
Just the connecting, using by hand off half back there were really good. Wanderers, and they created, I think Tiwi must have zoned off their forwards, and they created such a quick turnover. Wanderers one-on-ones out the back, which worked.
Yeah, so just about to enter the 27-minute mark. Has been a few goals this quarter, so we'll see. What are we at, 9 goals for the quarter?
Yeah, I think so.
So they might still have a few minutes left.
Darlington's back in the middle. I don't think he's been in the last couple of ball-ups, centre clearances.
No, and it's a good move for Tiwi as well. He does well. He just seems to play with his own football, Darley.
Yeah, Carson Cantilla still hasn't changed out of the ruck.
No.
Played nearly 100% of game.
No matter where it is on the ground, that bloke's doing the ruck work, so he's an absolute fitness.
Great effort.
So just...
And he's rucked against guys twice the size of him. And short. But just, as you said, his second and third efforts, just hard to stop.
So we'll see what we can see from both sides here. Wanderers working very hard to keep control of the footy after Tiwi went absolutely dominant in the first couple of minutes of this quarter, kicking 4 goals. Wiley just taken out from the knees, but he manages to keep control of the footy. Free might be paid. Yes, it has been. So it goes off the boot of Desmond Hood. Hood there's found a player in space that he likes. Puts that one high. Oh, that is what I've been waiting to see all day from Edward Simpson.
If he gets a bit of space on his opponent, he only needs a metre or so. He's hard to stop. And he's a big boy when his arms are stretched out. But great ball movement by Wanderers.
So we know he's got the distance. And he's a fantastic kick of the footy. So he's obviously just getting his line straightened here. So we'll see what he can do if we can get one more for the quarter in for Wanderers.
About 40, I reckon.
Yep. It's a big kick. Has it drifted off to the left? Yes, it has. So you can, the breeze down here is pretty big at the moment. You can see it's impacting a bit of the footy as well, but hasn't seemed to affect Wanderers today. They've been pretty accurate with their goal kicking. Both sides have, really. So just the minor on the board for Simpson, but I'm sure we'll see more from him later as they play on through the boot of Darley. Oh, just... maybe off play there, pulled his player off. Unfortunately, Rioli and the umpire has seen it. So it'll be Arbin here with the opportunity to get this ball back into their forward 50. launches that one high. It's a matter who can get under it. No one with a clear control under the footy, but umpire has called half time. So long quarter there of footy. We're looking at 29.5 minutes. Wanderers 8-2-50 to Tiwi Bombers 5-4-34. What an absolute ripping second quarter of footy. We'll be back with more action after half time.
You know Territorians go a long way for one another. So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Head on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Oz Kick, where we run a girls only option and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footy.
We signed our daughter up for Oz Kick because her big brother did Oz Kick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Ozkick because I get to play with my sister. We love Ozkick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Ozkick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
By Buffs, and Buffs over the top through Jared Stokes there, and Stokes gets it long inside forward 50. Coming at it is Stafford, but Stafford can't quite get it, but a teammate I can't quite see who that is. It's very glary out here today, and has kicked Buff's first goal for the game. And that looks like Coco Nicky.
He's in exactly the same spot, and he tries to sell candy again. He's hooked it on goal, Sam, and popped it through.
What a goal. He's just gone, I'll just play on while you're mucking around on that mark that I've set you on, and I'll bang it on the right boot and score back in deep inside Buff's forward 50. Archered first one there. Hutt just trying to push him under, and it's a quick snap on goal. Can't quite pick up who that was, but that takes Tar's second goal there.
And Campbell went over the top, but the umpire said play on. A chance here for Buffalo. Clever handball. He'll be a goalless. He's going to run to an open goal and slam it through, and that was number 18, I reckon, Ishmael.
Tars are going to take that advantage and be kicking in danger, and pulling just goes short. Got caught behind was Magro, but a big quick snap off the side, and that looks like number 25 possibly. I didn't quite catch who that was, sorry. Did you catch who it was, Gray?
The Buffaloes are going in. There's a nice handball. Now he's grabbed two. Should be a shot here by Ryan Clark. Now we handball it wide, and it's going to go through for a goal, I think. That's a very good goal. And that guy running back towards us with the blue boots is a goal kicker, I reckon.
Yeah, that's Abe Anchors there, and kick doesn't quite come off, and Yaron first there, but plays for that free kick, and he says no, and Ryan Clark's released Joel Hillis, and
Ryan Clark has released Lachlan Cassidy. Sorry, I better give you your credit where credit's due. To Darcy Sketcher. Sketcher just goes long to a contest. You got Ishmael Palmer over there with the big spoil, but off the deck through the middle of the sticks. Kyle McBean, thank you very much. Lovely soccer kick off the deck by McBean there. And that
no, it's not. Still in contest. Here's a chance for Waratahs. Hillis running into an open goal. He's going to handball. He is. Left it a bit late though. Ooh, they're going to get away with this. Left foot snap by Carolo. Plenty of poise there from the former skipper.
And follows up his work in the middle, and a short kick finds Tommy Spence. He's been in the back line all day. Can he kick Tars first goal? And he does. He'll be stoked for that, and that gives them the lead in the first 20 seconds of this quarter.
Might get it now. Buffaloes will get it out. They go forward, looking for Big Stafford, but he's behind. He's tapped it cleverly though over the back to
Coco Nicky there.
Coco was it, or Ishmael? It was Coco, and he's kicked the goal. A magnificent goal, very similar to the first goal they kicked in the game.
Sure is. So Wilkins versus Stafford in the ruck. Clark can't quite pick it up, and Campbell goes boom on the left. Can he kick his goal and put Buffaloes ahead? He can, straight out the pack. And he does, and I'm sure they're celebrating out there. But running through slightly high, but Ankers, he's going to get it. Can he put his team in front? He's running in, and he's kicked it. And that's put Tars back in front, taking the lead by 3 points, and Ankers a match winner, I would say. And he's just going at the footy Maronis there, and that's the siren. So Waratahs take the chocolates, 19 goals, 17, 131 against Darwin Buffaloes, 18 goals, 12, 120. And Gray, what an absolute tight tussle all game.
And he's popped it high, looking for an option, but just turned over. Anderson again, beautifully picked up. Snap on the left boot. It's drifting. Oh, he's better on it with a bit of a snap, I reckon, than a set shot.
Right.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Goal kicker from moments ago was a quick kick forward by Moody. Goes down to a one-on-one at full forward. Nicely trapped by his brother Moody, who swings it around. Jay Moody it was. And he kicks a nice goal there. Yeah, had about 3 grabs at it, but clearly he was the only one that touched the ball as Moody just drifts across the front of the pack, gets his legs taken out, but now a quick kick forward again. I think this is another goal. It is. And it's another Nightcliff goal, and they've banged on 3 in pretty quick time. Plenty of space out there was Kane Davidson. Hands off to Anderson, who came running from behind. Anderson kicks long towards goal. Goal umpire doesn't move much at all, and Jed Anderson has got his second goal on the board. Umpire standing behind, making sure he doesn't get off the line of his kick. He kicks long towards goal. The kick looks pretty good. As it got there, it's gone right to the line. I think that might have got over. It has gone over. So another Nightcliff goal that's just centimetres over the line.
Ball goes high. White Ryan gets a hand to it. Looks like it's come off the boot of Cockatoo. Stanley Waistcoat just skips over the top of him. Snap off the boot. Has he got it? Just gone. You can see a puncher in the crowd there's just been nearly absolutely falconed.
In front, gets it down. Cockatoo got his hands to it. Back to Ryan, who throws it on the left boot, kicks long. Dennis gets his hands to the ball. Couldn't take the mark. It spills to Barry at ground level. I think he's got one under the legs of everyone else. And that's a terrific goal. Dylan Barry that time.
Offensive work there by Districts, and it's Adrian Scott doing what he can against a sea of crocodiles, but Philo with a snap over the top from behind. The umpire with a very impressive view style goes, yep, that is all yours. Beautifully done there from Philo to read that. And manages to get that one into a little bit of space. No one cleared, picked that one up yet, but it is opportunity here to go bang. Will it drift around? Yes, it does. What a fantastic moment there for Dylan Barry, and it gets him on the board yet again. It's
short of Schwartz, but he's able to get it back to Ross, who's swung in the tackle and gets a kick forward, and the mark's taken. Barry it was that took the mark, wasted no time, got around the players who were a little bit asleep around him and banged it on the boot, and he's kicked his 4th goal for the game. He's
zone for the Crocs that'll have to try and clean this one up, which they do, but Nightcliff too good with a snap that goes high over the top. Has it gone through? Yes, it has, and it's Moody. Into the 50, goes high, no one with the clear mark under pressure. You can see it's Brander. Hand pass finds Cockatoo. Cockatoo, snap over the top.
I think it's good.
Has it gone through? Hawkins, umpire says yes.
Scrambling defence from Districts now as the hand pass comes out to Palmer. Palmer chips looking for waistcoat, and the siren goes to end the game, and you can see that players are exhausted.
Absolutely.
Every one of them out there. It's been a gruelling contest, but Nightcliff just 10-point winners,
Yep.
but to me just seem to have control of the game for most of the day, Tara.
Cantilla. Oh, Cantilla got up high from behind but picked up and snapped on goal. And the first goal of the game goes to Benjamin Brett. And a good goal that was, well read off the ruckman. Hit out here by Brendan Cantilla. Thompson tracking it, well done. Warwick Williams shoved the tackler. Oh, and he's kicked it. Warwick Williams, happy with himself as well. Loves kicking a goal, Warwick Williams. See him play up forward a lot for Pints this season. Gives it back to Murray, gives it back to Simpson. He was under enormous pressure, so Pint here applying the pressure, and that is a beautiful snap. And that was kicked by Lee Peters, I think that was, or no, number 2, Andrew Mead Harding. They've got all the players here. Look, 2 can rattle that off.
Got numbers everywhere.
Yeah, picked up by Hallmark. Hallmark can have a shot on goal, and it's got the legs and he's kicked it. So he's got his first.
So I think that's the ambition of the Green Ants.
And more importantly, as we just watch this go.
1%ers, yeah.
Taggart, and he's kicked the goal. So he's on the goal scorers list now. So Rory Taggart kicks it. Target, take it a little bit high there. The umpire gave the benefit of the doubt. Poor Jimmy, steps around one. This is the X factor that I love about the young kid. And he's kicked it. The Dyer's poor Jimmy has kicked his first goal, and the Tiwi Bombers were rewarded with their second goal. Too easy, Taggart, and he's got his second. Just too easy there.
Very simple, wasn't it?
Yeah, look at him. He's got good size to him too. Looks pretty strong there. Sit out, does the team thing, and Silver Yusuf will pick it up. And a brilliant tackle by Kurt Dunn. But somehow Silver Yusuf still managed to get the kick away. Even though he was on the ground, I thought it should have been holding the footy, but...
One for the all clear, no, it's been given. Mucking around a bit though, Pint. They're starting to overuse it. They don't like to throw.
Here's Brett. Empty goal square, and it bounces through. So Benjamin Brett, he gets himself on the scorers list.
Scored it, Teth. I've kicked 7 already.
Silver Yusuf was up high. Here's Motlop. This time he makes sure of it. Stephen Motlop gets his first. And that's a beautiful mark taken there by Rory Taggart. And here's Silver Yusuf will run in and kick his third goal. So Yusuf, welcome back to the Pint colours. So Motlop won't be too impressed with that third quarter effort, I wouldn't feel.
Sloppy. Here's a goal though.
So Taggart, is that? No, that's not. That's Mead Harding. I reckon he's kicked that. Yeah, he has. So games that he has played, he'd get close to nearly best on ground each one. He's gone the torpedo. Geez, I tell you what, he's done a good effort. It's over the line. He's kicked it from 60 odd metres out, the young fella. Carlson Cantilla, bow to the crowd. That is a beautiful goal. We've done pretty well back there as well. Thompson coming through and been happy with his game as well. This just hangs in the air. Potts has to compete. And he sneaks it in there. That's Taggart. So he's kicked his 5th.
Roy Rogers' days.
Very strong build as the siren goes to end this game, but can he kick his 5th? And he can. The goal umpire does not move. Taggart has 5 goals. Pint have kicked 19 goals, 17, 131. Nearly 100-point win here to Pint.
The handle. St Mary's have the footy now, favouring the corridor. Get it inside Paredes. Has a bounce after 2 paces. Paredes runs to 50. Kicks on goal. Won't make the distance. Over the back, Calder. Can this be number 1 of his 13? Up from where he takes the mark to the middle of the goal line. He runs around onto his non-preferred left, and Calder has won the first goal of the game. Took him 7 minutes, 22 seconds, but he got it. System working. A series of handballs. Out it goes wide to Joel Garner. Garner off the... and then running in to an open goal, and there's the goal. There's another one. Thomas Dewsbury got a goal for St Mary's. Boundary umpire, once again, got some work to do. Paige Conway. Kick on goal. Oh, it's good. High tackle in there. It's a goal. Did you pick up that player, mate? A bit of pace. A bit of pace is needed. Vallejo has the pace. Kicks it inside cleverly. Goes hard. Very, very courageous. Very, very hard, Vallejo. Gets it out beautifully. Gets it to Lant. Deserves a goal. The Lant has been given the goal, but certainly that was Xavier Vallejo. His goal all over. From Paredes, ignores him, goes inside, prefers Calder. Can Calder take the mark? No, he can't. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Will kick off the ground. He just got enough to it, just got enough of it, and Thomas Dewsbury kicks his second for the game. Onto the non-preferred left. Oh, he put him under his teammate under pressure there, but they're working hard. This time, Stroll in onto the left foot, goal. Wonderful, wonderful work there, Joel Garner. Jacob Long has not made a mistake. What's he going to do here? Kicks across the face of goal, and well, he didn't make a mistake. Gallus made the mistake. Gook kicks it off the ground and kicks a goal. Well, it was the mistake, not by Long, but certainly by Gallus. And Big Matty Gook kicks the goal. There's the paint of 50. Swings it around. Distance an issue. The defence, Young. Calder got the ball. Somehow Calder got the ball and has nailed number 8. Skill error that time again by Palmerston. Riley Lua couldn't take the mark. Over the back. Where's Calder? Runs into an open goal and nails it.
Yep.
Best game I've seen him play.
Yeah, me, same here.
So very good for quite a number, of course. And there's Lant once again, and Lant kicks on goal and gets his 5th of the game. So he just does everything. Dylan Lant. Toa got the tap. St Mary's get the clearance through Ethan Knight. Up forward. Over the back. Might have 6. Might have 6. Might have 6. Does have 6.
Dylan turned around then, looked at the umpire. The umpire waved him to keep going, and he went, all right, I will.
Dylan Lant goes short. Does it nicely to Calder. Calder to kick on goal, directly in front. What's he done? He's kicked number 9. Just been terrific. Ling. There it is, the final siren. 26-14. 26-14. It's 170 to St Mary's. Magpies, Palmerston Magpies, 2-3-15.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to round 18 here of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season, broadcasting live from Tracy Village Oval here. Wanderers home game, round 18 action. We had an absolute ripping second quarter of footy, Bucksy.
Yeah, it was. We were just talking about it. It was like one game in one quarter of football. But looking forward to the next half to see what happens. Obviously, Tiwi down by 16 points, but kicked 4 goals in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Start of last quarter. So, yeah, anything can happen.
You can imagine it would have taken a toll on the bodies here entering this third quarter of footy, so half-time couldn't have come any sooner. Ended up being just under half an hour of footy in that second quarter because of the goals kicked. So we'll see what happens here. Hit out there, Carlson Cantilla getting his hands on the ball early, but it's turned over beautifully there by Clee. Playing on quickly and trying to get this ball into their forward 50, but it's beautifully tucked over the top there by Dunn, and it'll be Braden Rioli here with an opportunity to try and get this ball picked up. He has had a little nudge in the back, and he looks like he might be hurt on the ground there, but just getting helped up there by a teammate. And we'll have the reset.
Quite a leg speed, Rioli and Bates there.
Yeah.
Two very quick players.
So we'll see what happens from the reset. Priest on Carlson. Ball goes up. You see the Breeze got a good control of it. Looked like Priest got a hand to it first, and it's booted out of the air. Good mark, but it won't be the 15, you'd think. No, he has been paid, so that's Henry Karanua. Karanua there plays on with a short chip kick there, picked up beautifully and will play on quickly. Pushing that one into their forward line. Beautiful overhead mark taken in defence by Kane Cox. Just opts for a chip kick there. It's a bit of a switch to Braden McLean. McLean pushes that one forward along the wing. 2 flyers. No one with hands to it, but it's Thompson who takes advantage of the loose ball. Plucks it out of the air. Opts for a centering kick through Darley. Darley there plays on, looking to bring this one straight down the centre, and he does well. Dummies the hand pass to divert the play. Bounces. Will it bounce favourably there for Cantilla? No. Boundary line has found that football, so it'll be another ball in.
Just Clee getting plenty of the ball. I thought he was great the first half. Be a throw in.
So we'll have a ball in. Apologies, we have a few tech issues. Hopefully we'll be back up and running in just a few seconds. All right, apologies to the viewers there. We've resumed the stream. So what you missed there, Tiwi just got a goal, and we're hoping and praying that it wasn't goal of the year, but I'm sure we'll find out from very shortly as we resume play here. Sebastian Priest on the wing, pushes that one forward off the boot, looking for a player in space, has bounced favourably there for Potts, but has just trickled over the boundary line, so we'll have another ball in.
Brenton Motlop's been moved to back on Potts, so he started forward for the first half of the game, so interesting move there.
So you can see 8-3-51 to the Bombers, 6-4-40 to Bastian Priest, Carlson Cantilla. Cantilla there read it like a book again, plays on quickly there, who looked like Wiley. And the kick is actually a little bit wily, to be honest.
It's so hard with that breeze.
So it'll be a reset here. And Wanderers will get the opportunity here
The live stream maybe stopped for a while because
for a reset.
So I quickly, I don't have power, and I quickly go to the room. I find it's still plugged in, and the staff told me.
So as we're pushing that one through, you can see that they've played on quickly there. It did spill the mark a little bit there, but Wanderers have done well to have a clean up, and it's Brenton Motlop who's found the footy.
Brent Motlop is forward. Sorry. Got me wires mixed up.
No, it's all right. I think, as you said, we watched the whole game of footy in one quarter, so all good. We'll see what he'll opt for here, if he'll try and drill one into forward. He's got a great kick on him, you're right, Buxy. He's got a few players short. You can see Arbin absolutely just desperately asking for this footy, but we'll see what he can set up here. And he's looked to chip that one across to McLean instead, who I don't know if McLean's at any better of an angle, in my opinion. So to be sharp.
Wider and probably the same length.
But the one thing we know is that this is often the kick that's practiced the most, because there's nothing better than kicking a snag from the boundary. So we'll have a look and see what he can muster up here as he takes a couple of steps in, snaps it. It's got a good distance on it. Oh, but good defensive work there. You can see the attempted soccer from Motlop off the ground, but Tiwi working overtime. There you can see Carlson Cantilla doing what he can to try and get that ball into some space. Braden Rioli as well working overtime. He's done well, but again, just the boundary line beating him to the footy. I think it's happened multiple times for Rioli today.
Just a couple of fumbles.
Yeah.
But he has got himself around the contest, being on the half-back. He looks more at home.
Yeah, big time. So you can see they've got good talent around the footy here, and they need to. We know how dangerous Wanderers have been this game in their forward 50. Ball goes up and just read like a book, but unfortunately didn't come off the boot the way Simpson would have liked, and will be kicked out on the full. So I think he'd probably just mismeasured where he was and where the goalposts were. So you'd expect, I'm not sure if it'd be a throw in or it should be a Tiwi, you'd assume.
Just around the contest, they're all paired off at that contest. So they're both teams are working defensively.
So a good bit of pressure there. You can see that it's Simpson. See the tools working overtime there for Wanderers as well. So, but he's wrapped up there quickly by Wiley. And it'll be Josh Cooper, umpire, with the ball up again. Cantilla there just with the fist over the top of it. Simpson. Heenan does well to pick that football up and get it just out of that zone. But it's read really well there by Wanderers. Picked up there by the vice-captain in Arbin. But Cantilla might be first to the footy. Doesn't bounce favourably. Puts it into some space, but is turned over. You can see Tiwi still applying a tremendous amount of pressure here to keep this ball wrapped up. And it ends up being James to try and get it into some space. There's a snap from the boundary right on the corner of the wing. Good defensive pressure there, but it's marked. It's a snap towards goal. Beautiful from Darley. Just playing that goalkeeper role that's essential for Tiwi at the moment. He's played on grandstand wing. Marcus Spilt. So you can see the...
Just the pressure from both teams has been really good this quarter. Wanderers have it, handball. They're forward 50. Contest. Braden McLean. Oh. Braden Rioli wraps them up. And there'll be a ball up. Oh no, free kick to Tiwi from half back. Kicks it inboard. Centre of the ground, wheels and goes. Looks for an option. A long half forward, runs in. Tiwi hits forward. Tiwi forward, he'll go back for a set shot about 45 out on an angle. Far side, Tracy Village Oval. I'm not sure of his name. But forward entry was really good to take a mark. One-on-one footy to Tiwi to get out of that contested back line. There's a bit of a breeze heading the other side of the ground too, so be a hard kick. Lines up, goal umpire didn't move. Good goal. Tiwi bounce back.
And it'd be just what the doctor ordered there for Tiwi as well, and it just settles the score, just keeps them very much a part of this game and actually puts them in the lead for just the second time of this game. So, just keeps them within 5. I didn't realise the score had been updated, trying to keep up here. So we'll have a reset of play here, 5 points in it.
Not much in it. They're playing the same style. I think it's going to come down to their fitness at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They can control the ball, but it's been some great footy from both teams. And as coaches, you'd be very happy.
Yeah, big time. I think leaving nothing out there. As we said, the Wanderers and Tiwi aren't going to make finals this year, so it will be the last game of the home and away season and the 2023-24 season for the Men's Premier League space. So good opportunity and a good way to finish a season for both, win or lose for them. So Sebastian Priest just reads it like a book and plucks it out of the air and decides to play on. He boots that heavily into the forward 50 there, but it's mismarked and the bounce is a little bit A-wire, but it was Stanley Tupolura that read it best and tried to get that ball forward. You can see it's still a bit of a fumble there to try and get a clean possession and get it into some space there. Stanley Tupolura still applying the pressure early, but it's picked up there beautifully by Thomas Knight and try to get into some space under pressure, but it'll be clear in a race against the boundary, so will be an umpire ball in.
Just really good too for two teams that ain't making finals, just the pressure, and they're still playing like this is like finals footy.
Yeah,
it's good to watch, and as a club you'd be very happy with the standard of the game.
It's a big. We know that there's not just the players out there, there's the runners every week, there's the coachings, there's the fans that come out every week, the brothers, the mothers, the fathers that continue to support this game of footy, and they're putting on a show for everyone at home too. So it's a good game of footy to watch, and it's good to obviously consume as well. So Darley there plays on. It's a dribble kick, but God, it works well for him as it's played on. They opt for a switch across the wing, and it's dangerous, but how good was that in terms of a smother and defensive pressure? I genuinely thought that Ed Simpson might get one there, but it looks like McLean with a dummy, snaps it across, might dribble across the face. McLean is pressured by Simpson. Might give away a free. No, he's played on, and a no umpire call there. Oh, it might be picked on there. He's played on, so he's moved the ball well there through Jackson East over to Clee. Clee puts it forward, and it's another one on the board for Wanderers. So just boosts their lead that little bit more, and it's just what they needed at this time. 11.5-minute mark, third quarter. 9-3-57 to Tiwi, 7-4-46.
Just with that switching across face of goal as a coach, we're always nervous, but credit to Tiwi to give it a go, but Paddy Bowden will be disappointed with that, because I think with their game going down the line and trying to find someone forward, it's been working for them, and that obviously didn't pay off, but hopefully they restart.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they can muster up here out of a reset and what that centre structure might be for them, because they're doing well in terms of the turnovers and intercepts to try and get control of the footy. Yeah. But they've got to do a bit of work out of the centre here to get them moving. You can see the one or two chances that they've had to do it this year. You can see Paddy Heenan in the centre here for them. Moved out of that defensive role. Ball goes up. Even ruck contest. And it's pushed forward there. It was Tendari with hands to the footy first, and he's put it beautifully lace out to McLean. And McLean will have a set shot from almost exactly where he was just a few moments ago. Wind is just chaotic down here at the moment. So we'll see what he can muster up here, if he might have a player on the lead or he might just back himself in. Be a much needed goal for them just to extend that lead that little bit further. McLean, right boot. Puts it through.
Behind us.
Just gone through for a behind. Umpire said no, just the minor score, and it'll give Tiwi the opportunity for a reset, and they do through the boot of Paddy Heenan. Heenan with a switch across. So just the switch back to Heenan. That kick always makes me nervous. Just chip kick over the top there, finds Thompson. Thompson there with Simpson on the run, but he opts for just a slow down passage. You can see Wiley here on the wing, but Simpson's made his way forward. Simpson there doing what he can to pick that one off the deck, but it's Thompson there with a follow-up play. He's wrapped up beautifully there by McLean. Play on is the call. It's a high. It'll be a sitter if he can get under it, which he does. Beautiful mark taken there by Daniel Clee.
He's had a great game, Daniel Clee. He's had a fair bit of it, and I think he's kicked 2 goals.
Yeah.
Just interesting there. Tiwi weren't fortunate, didn't want to bomb it down the line, whether Wanderers are defensive setting up or Tiwi's changed their plan a bit just to try and control the ball.
And there couldn't be a worse spot for Daniel Clee to be taking this kick from.
Right in front of the post.
Infrastructure is not assisting in this broadcast, so Clee takes a couple of steps in there. He's got a good run up. It's come off the boot high. Will it go through for a major? Don't think it has. It may have just gone through for a minor score. Yes, it has. So, again, another opportunity for a reset here. And it looks like Darley might be the man to take it. You can see Paddy Heenan just making his way up forward and create an option there for Darley. So we'll see what Tiwi can muster up here. As you said before, Buxy, they limited options Wanderers for them earlier, so they were looking for those short kicks. So Darley plays on there, finds Kentilla, back to Darley through the hand pass. Looking for Thaddeus Putter Jimmy, he finds him. Back to Darley. Darley workhorse as always. Doesn't come off the boot way you would have think, but it's picked up beautifully off the deck by Roy Kentilla. Hand passes back. Beautifully done there. Nice kick from the boundary to keep that ball in play and get that ball drilled forward there. Just will be a foot race to see who can get to it. And it's been Pethy Bridge working relentlessly in defence all day. Who picks that one up. And Wanderers have an opportunity for a run here, and run they do. Davidson trying to get that ball into some space. You can see there's Tiwi numbers around the footy. They've done well there to create some space, but they will be pressured. Picked up beautifully and read well off the deck. Just doesn't happen to get it any forward. Carlson Kentilla just overruns the football. Wanderers there doing what they can to try and shut this play down. Ball's been called back.
Ball up.
And it'll be, just a ball up. So ball goes up. Be Priest with the tap out. Wanderers just cleaning up that football there, getting control of this footy back. Davidson drops that one, just overshoots the man on the mark. Simpson there with the clean-up effort, pushing that one into the forward. And it just will be, just sprayed it, so it'll just be out on the full, so we'll have another throw in. So you can see the players slowing down a little bit here.
Yes, I was just going to say I'd be interested on Tiwi or Wanderers' fitness, but Carlson Kentilla, last couple of rucks, I thought he looked like he wasn't springing, but that last one he got over the top. But he's rucked all day and played 100% game time in the middle.
We'll have a look at the reset here. You can see it's Sebastian Priest. Must I say, the haircut on Sebastian Priest is absolutely phenomenal. As the ball comes back into play here, it's Wanderers doing all the work to try and get this ball into some space, and they're playing fast footy here. They're doing what they can to get this ball, and it's a high hit on Rioli, but Rioli shrugs it off, nobody's business. Pushes it forward, but it's a great clean-up mark taken there by Tiwi, and an opportunity for a run and reset here. Ball goes into some space. Rioli's got to work hard early. Bates is doing what he can to get the ball off the deck and into some space. But it's picked up there. Whistle has blown whether or not the play will be, play advantage. And they do through the boot of Tenardi. Hand pass back from Brenton Motlop there. Run into an open goal, and he does. So beautifully done there, and had a beautiful player in space. To the point I always thought that we were in a defensive zone is how much time they had. So Wanderers just with the legs at this time.
Yeah, Tiwi's just missing their handballs, like a couple of skill errors where Wanderers are just making them pay for it. Just got to clean that up, a bit like their first quarter. They were a bit scrappy. Hopefully they can get back on controlling that ball. Still only 3 goals. So
exactly. Still. So yes, Wanderers 10-5, 65 to the Bombers, 7-4, 46.
I think that's Clee's 3rd goal.
Yes.
Again. And he's also been playing in the middle, so for a midfielder to kick 3, which hurts opposition.
Yeah.
Most times as a coach.
So let's see what's happening here. So you can see a little bit of a shift in the centre. You can see Braden Rioli in the back, Darley making his way to the centre, and a big inclusion for them is that Braden Wiley. We spoke about him earlier, the Feds footy, Caffel expat. So good opportunity here for Tiwi to actually make some moves. We know how seamless Darley is with that footy. If they can get it to him, they might have an option here, but it's Wanderers, the powerhouse, pushing that one forward off the boot of Clee. Just struggling to get this one off the deck. It is a scrappy football, doing what they can. Umpire might come in and say it's his. Yes, he does.
Very contested footy. They're all having a crack. Tiwi need to open it up.
Oh, Kentilla.
Big punch.
Just a punch, but it's read like a book there from Davidson, good pressure under contest, but it's done well there to keep control of that footy by Jurake. Brenton Motlop again in the right place, right time. Snap over the footy under pressure. Just looking for an option to get this ball. Tiwi do well as a bit of a clean-up effort, and they're working hard to get this ball into some space, but it's McLean who's available and has ample time to make a decision with his football to get a centering kick, which he does, but it's beautifully chopped off there and read well by Wiley. Hand pass over the top, done well by Kerenua. Just over the top, and there's an opportunity here for a foot race, and he has got the legs against him. Beautiful running play here. And oh, how's the mark from Roy Cantilla?
Placed out in front of him, probably a bit too far, but Roy got there
Wow.
with his pace and exposure off the mark.
And it all comes off the back of kind of the effort from number 26 from Tiwi and Angus Murray.
Just breaking the line
he
through
did
the
well.
corridor there. Yeah.
Player on his literally Kurt Tails just trying to get to him, and he did well to get a little bit of space, and he used it to Tiwi's advantage. So breeze again won't be blowing in his favour. It is blowing across the face of the goalpost. So we'll see what Roy Cantilla can muster up here, because a goal is exactly what Tiwi needs. It's a big kick. It's going to have the distance and the accuracy. That puts Tiwi on the board again and just reduces that margin, makes it just a 2-goal ball game with the 1 minor splitting them. So Wanderers 10-5, 65 to the Bombers 8-4, 52. So fair crackers, a fair spread of goal kickers for Tiwi today.
Yeah, it's been really good. But just there, when they get on the move through the corridor with their skill, if they can get their run going, they're hard to stop, and it creates one-on-one footy in their 50, which really helps Tiwi Bombers.
So we'll see. We spoke earlier in perhaps the second or quarter about what kind of goals do for Tiwi in terms of lifting that momentum of the side. It's the same with any side of footy, but you know, that, as I said, there's been changes in the centre here that might prove effective for Tiwi if they can get control of this footy early. So great match up today between Sebastian Priest and Carlson Cantilla. Umpire might call that ball back. Yes, he will. So it'll be a ball up instead. Ball goes up. Cantilla with the touch just over the top of Priest. Priest with a soccer off the deck. It's picked up there. You can see it looks like Arbin works under pressure there, trying to get the ball into some space, and he does well just to soccer it under pressure. Arbin again with another kick. Kicks it into some space. Back to Arbin. Hand passes. Back to Arbin again. Ball moves down towards a forward, and it's high kick, high flyers, no one underneath it. It's Thompson who read it best off the deck, but he's just tackled McLean with the right boot snap. Does it go through? Umpire, what does he say? He doesn't know.
Kick is there. Yeah.
No, so just be a kick in here, looking like the ball will come back.
This Wanderers really setting well up defensively behind the ball.
Very much so.
Yeah, out of boundary, half forward for Wanderers, out of bounds will be a throw in.
You can see Tiwi there asking for a deliberate perhaps, but umpire says no, it'll be a throw in.
Very hard, I think, with the conditions of the wind. Deliberate. I think they've umpired very well today.
Yeah, very much so. So we'll have the reset. Ball goes up. That might be the first contest I haven't seen Carlson Cantilla in. A few bounces there. You can see on the run here, Tiwi through Cantilla, and he's under pressure. Does well. How's the second follow-up attempt there? Does well to keep that ball and a little bit of control, but the Wanderers just too good in the moment through Tanati. Pushes the ball into the forward, few high flyers, no clear hands to the mark, and it's Stanley Tipalura with the clean up over the top to Thompson. Thompson doing what he can to try and find Brown. Brown does well to get it before he's tackled. Darley there will have to work hard to pick this one up and get it into space, which he does. Ball goes high, beautiful mark, Carlson Cantilla.
Down forward.
Well rested, and I think just an opportunity to slow things down, take a breather here for Carlson Cantilla. You can see he's calling for a few options to prevail. So as we have a look here, we'll see what they can muster up.
Yeah, great goal, well-deserved goal. He's had a great game.
He has had a great game. So as he comes in here, it's a big snap, but the breeze across the face has just carried it. It was, as we saw with the kick earlier at the other end, the breeze is just absolutely sporadic, but just marking it on the line and giving Tiwi a second opportunity is Tipamanamuri. So we'll see what he can end. Again, we're instructed by a shed. So see what he can muster up here. He takes this couple of steps off. So the snap. And just across the face by the look of it. So it'll be... Oh, no, it's gone through for a behind, so he's managed just to get it through for a minor.
Makes it a 12-point game.
So 2 goals in it. 24-minute mark, about to enter the 25th minute mark here of the third quarter. Been a few goals apiece as well, so can't imagine there's too many more minutes left in this quarter. And it's Matthew Motlop with the job to kick this one in and provide options to try and set the team up. A free has been found by the look of it. And it's Ed Simpson pushing that one forward. It's a chip short kick there, but it's found the safe hands of McLean. McLean again, just a nice little polite chip kick. No pressure. Just one kick at a time.
Just trying to control possession in red time.
Ed Simpson, beautiful mark. Ball goes high. You can see it was Simpson trying to work overtime, but it's come off the boot, nearly taking the goal umpire with it. And it might have gone through for a major. They're just consulting. It was a quick passage of play. They're up and about it. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, we're getting... I think they're letting cases be put forward. You can see here just that leadership and control from McLean in terms to push McLean away from that discussion. Let him talk, mate. So that's that experience in captaincy that we know that he's led the side for a few years. So, but exactly what the doctor ordered for Wanderers as well. So it extends them out to a 3-goal lead. Wanderers 11-5-71 to Tiwi Bombers 8-5-53.
And that's Clee's 4th goal, which
he's had an absolute day out.
He has. And as I said before, he was telling me he's been playing a defensive role all year. And he's enjoyed that, playing on some good players. So good to see him get some reward. Yeah, 100%. No, I think that's what it is as well. I think, this is just a game for these guys to go out on a bit of a high, right? Like, it's a great opportunity for them to showcase some skills, have a ripper game of footy, and they've absolutely done that. So, again, it's still a close game. 3 goals in it. Ball gets bounced. Umpire Joshua Cooper there with the bounce. He will call that back. The wind has just taken it, so it'll be a throw up instead. Once again, a change of ruckman for Tiwi.
With that Carlson Cantilla being rested in the forward. Ball gets pushed forward, fisted forward there by Brendan Cantilla. You can see he's done well to get this one into some space and soccer it off the deck there. It has caught the ankle and not progressed any further, but it's picked up beautifully there and finds the hands of Murray. Murray pushes that one forward. It's a beautiful bounce taken by Thaddeus Jimmy steps around one. Left boot snap. How does it look? Oh. What's a go?
Play on. The goal umpire didn't flinch.
Umpire didn't say anything.
It's either a goal or a...
Oh, interesting. Oh.
Can't be a point. Marked. It must be. Oh, siren must have went. Half-time.
Half-time. I was very excited about all of that. I thought, what's going on? Yeah. But no siren there. It is 3 goals in it as we enter the 4th and final quarter of this ripping matchup between Wanderers and Tiwi Bombers. 11-5-71. Tiwi Bombers 8-5-53. We'll be back right after 3-quarter time.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
All right, and we are back. All right, and we are back here. Apologies, just a few technical glitches there with our connections. As you can see, the dark clouds rolling in. So we opt for the reset there. You can see a beautiful kick there from Tiwi, just trying to get that one into their forward zone. It's a high fly mark there, just spilt over the top with the pressure from the tools from the Wanderers' defensive zone. Trying to break away from the pack, but umpire here has found a free. And you can see players here just trying to make space. A lot of Tiwi players up close to the ball there. Ball goes high and will find the boundary. So you can see.
Very hard kicking it down the line with that breeze.
Yeah.
It's been over that side the whole game.
So it'll be a race against the clock to try not to get caught in this storm. You can see it's absolutely brewing. Or just a spilt mark there. You don't see that very often from Wiley. So the ball gets picked up there. It's beautifully done under pressure to try and get it into some space, which he does. Simpson picks it up off the deck and hand pass. Hand pass over the top to trying to find a player in space, which he does. Sebastian Priest just doesn't come off the boot the way you think he would have liked, and it's Heenan with the stop, but doesn't stop his opposition player in Duracade. And it's tackle. As the ball goes high off Duracade's boot. It's drifting and just will go through for a
goal umpire nearly caught.
An absolute mark under pressure. But no, just through for a behind there. Simpson passing the ball over to Heenan, who will have the kick-out duties. Just passes that one back to Simpson in space. Simpson pushes that one forward, finding Darley. Darley, high kick. Few flyers there, but it's bred beautifully there by Wanderers. Wanderers turning that one over. Looks to McLean. McLean with a centering kick trying to find Simpson, but it's Tiwi that have read it best through the boots of Kurt Dunn. Hand pass over the top there. Thompson on the run. Beautiful bottle bleached hair. Always one. Ball comes forward. Might be a whistle paid. Yes, there has been. So the ball will just come back. And we'll have a reset here. So no advantage paid, unfortunately, to Kurt Dunn, which they really could have used that momentum. And then it looks like it might be 50 as well. Just with the... Oh no, just pushed on forward, no 50. Kurt Dunn pushing that one into some space there, and it's a great mark from Roy Kentilla. Kentilla's got Darley in the centre, but he opts to push that one forward. Bounces, just doesn't come off the boot the way you think he intended. It's in space. Kentilla with the follow-up pick-up mark. He does a spin, hand pass over the top. Good little intercept there, and it goes over the boundary.
Just Roy Kentilla's got himself into the game after half-time, I feel like. A player that can win a match off his own boot if he gets opportunity.
Yeah. It's all those follow-up efforts that you mentioned earlier, right? Yeah. Like they're important in a game like this that's this close. So he's going to put in the legwork. So you can see coming into ruck there, and who's done the last few for Tiwi, Angus Murray. Just manages to get that one in the space, and it's a booming kick and a beautiful overhead mark. Really well taken there by Jacob Brown, who also has had a fair bit of the footy today as well for Tiwi. So this would be much needed just to keep Tiwi very much a part of this game, as we're just over the 4-minute mark here of the fourth and final quarter of Tiwi Bombers and Wanderers season here in the Men's Premier League space. So you can see the breeze might be in his favour.
It's been the scoring end too.
It has been, you're right, Buxy. It's got a good leg on it. It looks all right. Just drifted through for a behind. So another minor score there, but it does keep this to the 3 goals. So it's 3 goals on the dot there, splitting these teams apart in this final quarter. Playing on quickly there was Pethy Bridge. Goalkeeping duties all day. Sebastian Priest doing what he can to pick that one up off the deck, and he's got a bit of space here to work with it, and he does. Finds Davidson. Davidson with a hand pass over the top does well to find Tenardi. Comes forward, just overshoots the man available there to take that one. So it will be, I'm assuming, a free there for Paddy Heenan, given it was straight off the boot, and it looks like it might be. Yes, it is. So Tiwi here needing to make some options available. You can see they've got a few players available short, which isn't necessarily what they need, Buxy.
No, you want to try and change the angles. If you're the coach, you'll hope bring it through the corridor, the ground change, because Wanderers are just setting up behind the ball.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful overhead mark taken there by Thaddeus Putter-Jimmy. Ball goes high, great mark under pressure by Tipalura. Tipalura here looking for a few options. He's got a few players running into space, but he looks like he might be trying to set something up here. We'll see what he can muster up.
Using that wind's slightly favouring that side, not too much though.
You can see the tree in the background. Yep. It's given 0 direction. So you've got to give it a go. It might just blowing across the face. So if he gives it a crack, we'll see what he can muster up. Much needed opportunity here to get on the board for Tiwi. It's a big kick. Does he get it through? No, so it'll go through for another behind for Tiwi. A few players on the mark there, one of them being Carlson Cantilla, who's got a fantastic, phenomenal leap on him. So just out of reach for him as we have a reset for Wanderers again, the man with the duty, Pethy Bridge. But good interception mark here. Opportunity for Tiwi here to strike through Cantilla. He puts it on the boot. And again, another one through for a behind. It is a bit of a hard way to make up the score difference, Buxy.
They really
bit
need
unconventional.
To kick goals, convert. Yes. Had the opportunities, the last 3.
Yeah, but it's good that effort there to still remain a part of this game and that intercept off the kick out. So we'll see what they can do here. Just spills the mark over the top, and you'd expect it to be a throw in.
And from Paddy Bowden, you'd be really happy that they're sticking to their structure and still keeping to their game for 4 quarters efforts, and they just need a bit of luck converting.
Yeah, very much so. I can imagine that this breeze and maybe a little bit of cover from the sun is hopefully giving them a few extra legs and a bit of a cool down here as we're in the final quarter. It's been an absolute hot day here this afternoon.
Boundary umpires moving the ruckman around.
Yeah, you're in the wrong spot.
I think they're judging the wind.
Yes. So ball goes up. Beautiful fist from Priest. Picked up there and read well by Thompson. Thompson through to Darley. He has got Rioli there, but it's picked up there and read like a book by Putter-Jimmy. Putter-Jimmy with a beautiful left boot. Marked, but Justin wasn't paid the mark, so it's an opportunity here for Tiwi to get control of the footy. We expect this will be a ball up. Oh, no, played on. And it's Putter-Jimmy who's run through and create some space and be available here. So, again, the wind is creating it a bit of a tough time for Tiwi to get on the scoreboard here. You can see the birds taking cover.
Yeah. Really need this, Tiwi, to make a game of it.
So 8.5 minutes gone, 4th and final quarter. Just under 3 goals separating the two sides.
Oh no, shanked it.
Just sprayed it off the side of his boot, so it just hasn't hit the boot the way he would have intended it to. So tough break there for the young fella, but I'm sure there'll be more opportunities as the ball's boosted back into the forward. He goes through a flyer over the top in Potts, but it's just cleaned up and picked up there. Might be a tackle, Pater in the back, so it might be a free. See, just a little bit of touch and go.
Keep discipline.
That's it. You got to keep the discipline. So free will be paid there, and it'll be Jackson East with the job to try and get this ball into a bit of space, which he does through Arbin. In front of him on the mark there is Murray, doing a little bit of the ruck contest work in this 4th and final quarter. Again, No clear control out of the bounce there, but it's picked up nicely there and read well by Wanderers. It's Tiwi doing what they can. Wiley dragged off the ball. Just will be over the top and hit the boundary, so we'll have a ball in here.
Probably one of the first time it's actually worked around this side close to us on the boundary.
Very much so. I think it's the first ball in we've seen from this angle, actually. Yes. This side of the boundary at all. So, ball goes up. A few high flyers. Priest again winning the hit out there. As ball goes high again. It's Thompson with a fist to it from Tiwi, but Wanderers turning it over. You can see Tiwi with numbers around the footy here if they can get it into some space, which they do. Heenan has an opportunity here to get it over to Darley, which he does. Darley's got time and space, running, play. He's got all the time in the world to get this where he needs to go. He chips it over the top, finds Kerenua. Kerenua again, plenty of options to get this ball through those big sticks for a major. It's going, and just another behind.
Just Darlington there to change the angles, create space. Very good, but unfortunately, finish it off, Tiwi.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. We haven't seen that much, Wanderers giving that much space to Tiwi all game nearly. So they just use that opportunity to their advantage, but unfortunately just didn't result in a major for them. So interesting there. He wasn't paid the mark, but I think he's caught the Wanderers players off guard. So as we head forward there, he's found Tipper Matamuri, and he's found the trusted Paddy Heenan. Leader of this side, has been for many years. Might be the man to get the job done for them.
Been a very good player, just his leadership, and he's always calm under pressure, Paddy.
So he's had a pretty good couple of minutes in this final quarter, so we'll see what he can muster up for them here. Again, 11-6-72 to the Bombers, 8-9-57. Heenan comes in. It's a big kick again. Whether or not it's going to go... touched. So just unfortunate there. Touched on the line.
Just Darlington to come into the game at the back end of the last quarter just shows his fitness.
Yes.
It's at a peak.
So you can see even Darley had about the first 5 rounds of footy off for Tiwi, and it was really influential if you're watching the footy during that period, and was really influential for the team even when he wasn't playing, on the bench coaching, assistant coaching, and trying to work with the players, and then even see him come back into the side in round 6 was just really impressive. So he's a good influence on this side, and he's a great inclusion. What's his second year with the Tiwi Bombers?
Tiwi Bombers.
So ball plays on there. You can see Tiwi working overtime there, but great defensive pressure from Wanderers still. So we'll see. It'll be a free for Tiwi. So this is where they got to maximise those options, whether or not there's a centering kick or a better kick option for them. But they are going to take this, and it'll be Jacob Brown. Again, as I said earlier, he's got plenty of the footy today, Brown. So you can see the breeze as he comes in. So it's an interesting angle. He kicks it.
Post.
And it's just hit the post.
Been very unlucky, close.
Oh, very unlucky. So, look, it'll be a clean here, playing on and play on. He does very quickly. Finds the hands of Davidson. Davidson there, following that straight down the line. Oh, he's attempted to take the mark, and it's Braden Rioli absolutely playing on to try and get this ball moving forward. Great one-handed take there from Cantilla. Cantilla left boot, tries a centering. No. It's picked up there, Cantilla again, little outside check side kick, and just...
12-point game.
12-point game. I mean, I did say there's a long way to get there but to reduce the score, but they're 2 goals down now. So we'll see what they can muster
Had
up
all the
here.
play too inside 50s.
They have. Just to convert them to majors is what they're struggling with here. So, again, they'll see. They've... Oh.
Sure, I think Clee having a bit of a laugh.
I think even put a Jim was like, what are you doing, mate? He did well there. So it'll be Clee with the ball here, and the job to try and get this one into some space, but they've got to keep control of this footy. 14 minutes, I'd imagine there's still at least another 10 minutes of football to play in this quarter. Ball goes into the pack. It's Motlop and Priest for Wanderers, but it's Tipalura that managed to get a hand to it over to Simpson. A few steps around, that's Tipamanamuri. Beautiful kick from Wiley. Few flyers, and is he going to be paid the mark? Yes, he is, and he's telling them exactly where he should be standing. Beautiful mark taken under pressure there from Tipalura.
Having a look to pass it. Found someone.
And he's found someone. Or opportunity here. No, and beautiful clean-up work as he's done all day. Davidson. Fantastic. Centering kick, Carlson Cantilla is available. He snaps. It's going to be a high one, and it might go out on the full. Yes, it has. So just exciting to see him a part of the play again. To be honest, Carlson Cantilla is an explosive player, and we know how hard he's worked in the ruck all day. So we'll see what he might be able to muster up here for this Tiwi side. Chip kick here, opposite grandstand wing. Straight down the line, it's dangerous, and it will go over the boundary. So opportunity for Tipalura here to have a reset. Stanley kicks well. He's got a player in sight. Nice mark by Murray. Murray, he's kicked it high. Just got to get a player under it. Few to it, but it's just come off the hands of it and straight to Wanderers, who have kicked that one on, looking for Sebastian Priest there, but it's a good defensive mark there from Daniel Potts, or defensive pressure from Daniel Potts. So a great take by Motlop. Motlop opts for the centering kick to vice-captain Arbin. Arbin plays on quickly through the left boot to look for Priest. And it'll be Priest with the opportunity to kick a goal here.
I think that's Wanderers' second or third forward entry, so it's interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see whether or not the breeze is in their favour, because you can see by the scoring shots that it just hasn't been in favour of Tiwi today, especially in this last quarter, as the clouds come across.
I think Wanderers' team, when they get possession too, they're taking their time trying to run that clock down.
Yeah. So just under 17 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Priest with the kick. And look at that breeze. Absolutely got caught in it and just has pushed it off to the left. So another behind, another minor score. So it's been an intense game of football for all four quarters. That Wanderers really came out guns a-blazing in the first, but Tiwi came out to say, nah, we're here and we're going to be very much a part of this game. I think it's just been the one major for this quarter, and we're at the 17-minute mark these boys have been running. So it's been a fatigued game, and it's about probably taking advantage of errors at this point, I'd say.
At this stage, and fitness is going to be the key in this last part of this quarter. Hopefully Tiwi can convert.
So we'll see. Ball goes high. A few high flyers. No one clear to pick the mark up, but it's picked up nicely off the deck and moved forward. It'll be underneath it. Heenan. Don't think it would have been 15. No, it's not, but he managed to get rid of it just before he's called and tackled, but it will go over the boundary.
Just sat up there with the wind.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see.
13 points in it, Tiwi, you're down. Easy change.
18 minutes. You can't imagine there'd be more given the goals kicked. Yeah, about 23 minutes perhaps. We'll have a look.
When it goes out of bounds, the clock still runs as well.
Yes.
Owen footy.
So we'll have a look. You can see the man, the myth, Cantilla, Carlson Cantilla back into the ruck. Ball goes up. Might be called back, you think.
I think the boundary, having trouble throwing it in as well.
Yes,
with
this
the wind.
So the wind is making it nightmarish for absolutely everyone today. So ball will be reset here with another throw in. And another change in the ruck contest. Joel Cabullo coming in to ruck against Carlson Cantilla. Beautiful jump there, and to think he's still got any of those springs left after an impressive game he's played today. Again, just doing what they can to try and get this one off the deck. It looks like Jackson East has done well before he was tackled to the ground to get a boot to it, but reading it like a book was Potts. Potts taking the opportunity to reset. He has got Thompson, but it hasn't come off the boot the way he would have liked to. Thompson's got to do a bit of work cleaning up here. He's lucky not to give away a free there. Thompson, little chip kick centering, does well to find Patrick Heenan. Heenan here's got options on the wing, but he might drive it down the centre. High fly.
Flew way early, but
He was up there for 10 minutes, Bucksy.
got it as he come down.
He sat on it.
Yeah.
So he's
Read it
booted in, and it's about who's there. Great overhead mark by
here we go.
Davidson. Is he going to go? Oh, you're joking.
Another poster.
I thought, Nut, we're on here. But no, just another poster there, keeping Wanderers very much alive in this game. So playing on quickly, and they've done well all day through Pethy Bridge. Finds the safe hands of Daniel Clee. Clee, cool, calm and collected, just slowing the play down, keeping control of this footy. The last thing they need is an intercept.
That's it,
But that's it. Literally, that is it. No more, no less, because there's been no time. So yes, it is. They're shaking hands and celebrating. That's a win for the board for Wanderers, and a fantastic way for them to finish the season. That is a ripping game of footy for both sides, and we spoke about it earlier in the year that this is an opportunity. You know, they're not going to play finals, either of these sides, but in terms of the growth that we've seen Tiwi have this year under their new leadership and coaching under Patrick Bowden, I think that they're only on to bigger and better things, this Tiwi side.
Yeah, definitely a future, especially first year coach. You're trying to work your players out, and going to be exciting next year, and even for Wanderers to finish off the season like that. Hopefully they can build on that and recruit and go step further into finals.
100%. It's been an absolute pleasure to host you this afternoon. Final score today, Wanderers 11-7-73 to the Tiwi Bombers 8-13-61. We'll see you next weekend for more football and round 1 of the final series.